One of the things I love about the PowerStage is that it has the stereo outs.
I know my sound is going to be constant.
I love how easy it is to just carry everything in one go.
It just has been simplifying my world in a pretty nice way. One of the issues that I've run into multiple times with a lot of my older vintage amps is they sound amazing when they start, and as the session kind of continues on, they tend to sound a little different.
I was playing a show once using my tube amplifier. I had already set up my tone at rehearsal, but when I was on stage, it didn't sound the same.
As a studio musician and a sideman, a lot of times I have to fly into gigs and rely on rental gear or backline equipment. And so having something that allows me to have my sound and consistency is incredibly important.
You know, I'll get a call sometimes a year later saying, hey, we love this track. The client wants to alter this particular part, and I have to be able to recall it. The vintage stuff is just a little bit daunting for that. And so it allows me to kind of shut that out of my mind, and you're just focusing on creating the content, not necessarily dealing with the logistics of wrangling the sonics.
One of my favorite features about having the stereo capability with the PowerStage 100S is that I can customize 2 different tones and blend them together. So being that I'm the only guitar player on stage, I love that I can create the illusion that there's 2 guitar players with the 2 different tones. For example, I have the Mark IV on the right side, and then I have the rectifier tone on the left side. It helps create that full round sound.
It's important that the vocal be in the center of the spectrum. The fact that I can be left and right allows for the vocal to be center stage and really take that prominence where it belongs.
The advantage of stereo is it allows me to really kind of highlight a lot of the effects, like the delays and the reverb, especially like the chorus. I find a lot of stuff when it's monoed gets kind of muddied, and if given the option, I would love to run it in stereo because it just gives me more clarity.
And I really love how the PowerStage 100S has the parametric EQ, and according to what venue I'm playing, the acoustics, I can just adjust that. It's just the power amp section, no need to tamper with my tone.
There's a lot of variance within speaker cabinets, so the fact that I could EQ things on the fly made a huge difference.
In a room like this where it's a bit more resonant, you know, as I'm looking at EQing myself, I can tighten it up, I can pull things up, push the presence, or just to feed it. I've had a close relationship with Seymour Duncan for years, and the development of the PowerStage is something I've watched very closely because I've used power amps in the past, but having something that's small format is so important.
So compact, I can just fit it all in one backpack, carry it, and travel with that is easy.
The days of shipping gear around, it's an antiquated approach. I've definitely stripped down. I prefer just to bring a gig bag and a fly rig, and that's it.
We're on tour with Josh Groban at one point in time, and they wanted to break up the tour and send me to Japan to do a TV show. Well, there's no way I'm going to be able to fly my 412s and my giant refrigerator rack. I can just bring my small pedalboard and make everybody happy.
Just makes life so much easier. My back doesn't hurt having to carry a huge amp or having to wait for someone to help me.
To be able to backpack that stuff in and feel like you can get your tone and not wake up in the middle of the night going, what amp do I have? You know?
It just makes it easier on so many levels.
I would recommend the PowerStage to any touring musician.
I use it on my laptop, I use it for my fly rig, I use it on multi-levels.
Anybody that's looking for something small that won't tamper or buffer your tone.
Whatever cabinets they have, whatever situation I'm in, I know I can get my sounds in that environment.
The whole matrix of just controlling every other parameter is pretty exciting.
Anyone that's looking for something easy to use, straightforward.
And being able to take a small rig and knowing that you have your gear, where your sounds are there, that's hugely important.